Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out Echoblade. Now, Echoblade did release last year on Steam, but it is making its way now to all of the other platforms. Well, at least I think Xbox and PlayStation. I don't know for certain that it's making its way onto Switch, but regardless, that's what we're here to check out. Now, this game is meant to be a kind of a puzzle combat dungeon explorer, if I'm remembering the tags from the Steam page correctly. And the concept is that you are blind, but it's not one of those games that is actually dedicated to you being blind. Instead, it just gives you vision through mystical means. But we'll let the game show itself off, and we'll take a look.
You're blind.
Blind.
You're trying to escape from here, aren't you? I want to see how far you can make it before your head is chopped off.
I will share some more thoughts after we watch some more of these trailers. So this is the Steam release announcement trailer.
You're the rogue knight I've been hearing about. I hope you can find the bastard that looked me up in here and ring.
God, I really want to just play some more Dark and Darker.
Let's take this guy. I'm thinking about sneaking out in this birthplace. You actually came back for me. I thought I was going to rot in this cell.
Can you imagine using a sword and hitting a wall hard enough that it crumbles to pieces? Like, genuine question, because that would be astonishing. Here's a gameplay
A
trailer.
blind knight that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon keep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners. Rogue knight I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock my cell? Free them to fight back with more allies. Let's take this guy.
Let's take this guy. Immediately gets hit in the face.
And even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
And this is the newest trailer, I believe. It might actually just be a duplicate of the one we just watched, but we'll see. It is not. Okay. So is this a new Silent Hill solution? No, but we are getting a new Silent Hill. So that's all that there currently is to show of Echoblade. Now, it is currently available on Steam. It is on sale as part of the Steam summer sale. Normal price is $20. It is currently available for $7. It is a dark puzzle combat dungeon explorer game. I mean, you don't have to render the distance to save on memory. Fair. So there's an issue that I have with this game, and there's a few other games like it. There was a horror game where you are a blind little girl who is only able to see with echolocation. And I don't like the idea of trying to make it seem like blind people are magically able to see just because they have good hearing, okay? Like, the idea of Daredevil sight, the way that they showed like in the Daredevil movie, that is literally a superpower that he has, right? That is not how it actually ends up working for blind people. And it is very frustrating to me, even as a person that does not have any ability seeing, to see that used in such a way, because I feel like you could explain it in any other way, right? It could literally just be, you have echolocation, and this world that we live in is permanently dark, which is why we developed echolocation, right? Like, that's just the way that you work. That's the way you evolved, because it's a dark world and you have echolocation. Rather than just saying that someone is blind and not being blind because they have echolocation. And there's a handful of games that do exactly this, and it irritates me every time, because it feels like such a cheap way to do this, of like, you're blind but not really, okay? There is a game that you are blind. It is called The Veil: Shadow of the Crown. You are blind. And what you see, if you are somebody who has sight and can see the screen, you see a black screen with some colored sparkles. There is nothing that you can see. The entire game, you play it on a keyboard, and the whole game is done through command prompts that they instruct you on, and everything is just what you can hear. You are blind, and it is a game that the blind can play. Blind people cannot play this game. And it's just an irritation of my own end. There's so many alternative ways that you could have done this, of like, again, just make it a fucking dark world to where it's not a matter of you being blind, just there's no light. Or maybe the light is extremely limited and you have like a spark gun or something that sends out the shots. Or if you want the echolocation thing, just have fucking people that know how to do echolocation. You don't need to minimize somebody's disability by making it seem like they can see through supernatural or superhero ability by saying that blind people can see thanks to the sound. It's not the way that works. The immersion of that other one has to be insane. Yeah, you might as well just wear a blindfold or just close your eyes the entire time, because you're not going to be able to see anything because there's nothing to see because you're blind. Anyway, Mini-Rant complete. That looks fairly okay. Conceptually, that looks fine. I am curious if the game has any type of memory. So, like, and what I mean by that is that there was a section where they were, like, moving these blocks around. I don't know if I can easily find it. They were, like, moving blocks around for the purpose of, like, a puzzle. Here it is. They were moving these blocks around for the purpose of, like, puzzle solving right here, these, like, gray ones. And one of the things with these games is that I wonder if it has memory. And what I mean by that is, like, if you move this block and you go, it gives you like this gray outline because, you know, the block is there, right? If something moves the block and it doesn't make enough noise, or you weren't around when the block moves, will you still think the block is there? Because you're blind, right? You can't verify whether the block is there unless you use something to echolocate to have the sound bounce off of it. So if you walk back in, something's moved the block, and you go over to the block and you try to move the block, if it just fades away because it has been moved, that would be cool, right? If like, my memory says that there was a block here. it is no longer here. I still believe it's there because that's where it should have been based on my memory. But then when you go to try to grab it, you like grab through it and then it fades away of like, well, I guess it's not there. And then you have to relocate it and then it'll have a saved location. Maybe you'd hear them move it and it lights up. Yeah, maybe. But like if you went to a different part of the dungeon or something, I don't know if that's in here. My brain just thought of that and thought it was a cool concept. I don't have any idea whether that is a function that exists in this game. It would also be crazy if there was like enemies that had the ability to be quiet. So you like hear them drop in and you look over and there's just like a red form. But then until they start to like charge up an attack, that red form doesn't move because it's not making enough noise to like echolocate a new position around. It didn't seem like that. It just seemed like a dungeon explorer that was dark. Okay, like it might have well have just been there's not a whole lot of lights. Sounds terrifying. I'd be throwing blocks. Yeah, that sounds really cool to me. Somebody make that game if it isn't this game. Anyway, so that's Echoblade. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've already played it, I would love to know what your experience is. If this is your first time seeing it, let me know how you feel about it. Also, just another shout out, The Veil, Shadow of the Crown. It is an actual game where you are completely blind. There is no cheating way for you to be able to see. Again, The Veil, Shadow of the Crown. It's also on Steam. It's super cheap. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you can't tell, I like to talk. I'd love to talk some more. If you want to talk with me, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Just hit me up on either of those. We can have a conversation, much like the conversation we've been having with Twitch chat, because we did this video live on stream, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.